Thanks for staying with us this morning. We're at the KLA office here in Topeka. We're joined by Scarlett. Scarlett, thanks for having us this morning. 104 years of convention for KLA. And I made the mistake we were talking before we came on camera, and I said, what is this, like 77th? And she was like, no.
Close, but no.
104th. A long time. KLA has really served the state of Kansas and the ranchers and beef producers for a long time.
They have. We were actually established in 1894, so since then we have been serving our members and the livestock producers of Kansas. So that's pretty exciting, and we're excited about our convention coming up. You know, it's going to be November 30th through December 2nd there in Wichita at the Hyatt Regency and Century 2 Convention Center. So, and Brian, you've been out there, you know what goes on out there, and it's a lot. It's a jam-packed 3 days. It'll be a lot of educational sessions, a lot of good speakers, some policy development. But also we'll try to throw in a little fun there as well.
Generally you have fun at least one or two of those nights.
Right.
Not only that, but the trade show, and that's the one thing that I've always enjoyed going to, is you see some of the new technologies that are coming out, and you see some stuff that as a producer you may look at and go, oh, I never thought about using that, but you come out to the trade show and you really kind of get a hands-on experience of some of
That's
stuff.
right, and actually a little bit new this year. You know, normally our trade show runs just pretty much Thursday, and we're going to actually open it up on Wednesday afternoon, have a welcome reception at the trade show, which is new, and so our members get a little bit of extended time in the trade show, and the folks at the trade show get a little bit of extended time with our members.
Well, not only that, if you haven't had Cole Hall ice cream in a while. If you haven't had Cole Hall ice cream in a while, it's a great place at the trade show to come out and get some Cole Hall ice cream. Plenty of it, and you get all that you want. Some of the highlights for the trade show this year, I know we've always got Roto Mixes out there, and some people like that. You've always got Merck and some of the other pharmaceutical companies out there. Anything else new to the trade show? Well,
we will have what we're calling a Cattleman's Crawl dinner on Thursday night. So various booths will host certain items. So you may go to one booth and get wine or beer. One will have chocolate chip cookies. Some will have popcorn. And so we kind of encourage folks to crawl through the trade show, talk with these folks, and then we'll also, of course, have a beef dinner down there as well. That's another thing you get a lot of at KLA Convention is beef, which is great. We have a lot of good meals down there.
Registration, go online, register?
Yes, they can register online at KLA.org, so they can register online, or you can go on, if you prefer, to print off a document. They can print it off and fill it out and send it in.
And not only that, I'm sure there's hotel packages, because I've seen several times there are hotel packages.
There are. All that information is online. Hotel rooms, I will say, is selling out really fast, and the headquarters is sold out. But there's some other options right around in there, so we encourage members to get on, if you haven't booked your room, to get on and do that.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to run through some of the highlights from the convention. You're watching Kansas Ag Report, and we'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail. Keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Thanks for staying with us. We're at the KLA office, joined by Scarlett with Kansas Livestock Association. 104th Convention and 45th Annual Trade Show coming up late November, early December. Every year you guys elect a new president. This is your 100th president this year. And so tell us a little bit about him.
Absolutely. So our incoming president, current president-elect, but will be voted in December, will be David Clausen. He's from out at Plains, Kansas, and he's a cattle producer, farmer out there. And so we're excited. He will be our 100th president, so that's a new title for him as well, but we're excited to have him, and he'll, of course, be following up Matt Perrier, who is our current president.
Right. I've talked about this a couple of times today, which is a new administration coming in, not only in the state of Kansas. Of course, we're not having a new governor, but we've got lots and lots of new people coming in to fill House and Senate seats here in the state of Kansas. Policy is a big deal to Kansas Livestock Association. figuring out the direction you're going to go for the next year, and then also implementing that direction. A big part of the convention.
Absolutely. That's really the goal of our convention, is to develop the policy that will guide our KLA staff throughout the next year, especially as we go into session in January. So our members come in, they go to various committee meetings, whether it's natural resources or animal health and ID. Then our councils meet as well, Stock Growers Council, Cattle Feeders Council, and develop policy that's specific to certain issues and specific to certain segments. And then that will be voted on by our general membership on Friday morning, December 2nd. And then that's what our staff will use to guide our lobbying efforts in Kansas and in DC.
Well, not only that, but I know one thing everybody would probably bring up is the price of cattle, and Cattle Facts has always attended the convention and given a nice presentation on kind of where the industry is going this year. Is that the same?
It is. Actually, Randy Block, Chief Executive Officer of Cattle Facts, will be our featured speaker during Beef Industry University on Thursday morning. And like you said, the market's been pretty tough here. Mm-hmm. And so I think our members are going to be really interested to see kind of what the market outlook will be for the next coming year. And Randy will hopefully be able to give some insight into that.
Well, not only that, I know Dr. Thompson's always a big part of that. You've got the feed derivative coming up the first of the year. That's going to be a hot topic I'm sure you guys are going to talk about.
Right. We'll have an antibiotic panel on Friday morning. So we'll have K-State's veterinarian, Dr. Mike Apley, who has done a lot of research in that respect. And then we'll also have former USDA Undersecretary of Agriculture for Food Safety. We'll kind of talk on the regulatory aspect of antibiotics and that issue. And so I think it's going to be a very informative panel that Friday morning.
Website where everybody can get all the information.
KLA.org.
Perfect. And go register and make sure you get your hotel rooms and all that.
Get your hotel rooms quick. They're filling up.
I will tell you the same thing that I said about Farm Bureau today. If you are a cattle producer in the state of Kansas and you are not a member of KLA, you're crazy. The work that goes on here is unbelievable. The time that they spend not only at the state capitol, but on the federal level supporting what your needs and wants are, it is well worth the money. It is well worth the membership to be a member of KLA. So you're watching Kansas Ag Report, and we'll see you in just a minute. If you would like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call, 785-580-3287.